Good evening, YouTube. My name is Dan, and I'm the coach of your St. Louis Rampardos. Now, after an epic Week 13 matchup, the St. Louis Rampardos have head smashed our way to a playoff berth and a 7-5 record, just barely edging out gym leader Gio and the San Francisco Giants. Now, with that win, we've accomplished our first goal of the season, which was to make the playoffs, and I predicted myself to actually finish 7-5, so we finished right alongside where I thought we were going to be. Again, the competition in the GBA this season was amped up quite a bit, and I felt that with the team we had, which has kind of, been a little bit disappointing in all honesty, and that's my fault, we've done pretty well. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very, very excited that we are in the playoffs. If you have not heard, I do have a bit of bad news for my St. Louis Rampardos fans out there. I have announced that the St. Louis Rampardos will not be continuing the GBA after this season. I'm actually going to be doing another league called the NPA, the National Pokemon Association, National Pokemon League, with a bunch of other guys. The draft will be taking place in about a week or so, I believe on the 28th, and I'll be on my live stream. More details to come soon. In terms of addressing this thing, guys, I love the GBA. I love the coaches in the GBA. I love the people in the GBA. I love the community of the GBA, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience, but I think it's time that the Rampardos kind of move away from the GBA. We're going to focus the St. Louis Rampardos brand in the UCL from this time moving forward after this season of the GBA, and who knows what else is in store, but have no fear. In terms of content, I'm still going to be doing competitive leagues. I'm still going to be doing the UCL Little Cup League. We got the UCL regular league, should be coming up in the next few months. The NPA is starting up very soon, and just to kind of keep you guys posted too, the GBA wouldn't be starting again for season 6 probably for a few months anyway, so rather I just join a different league so that way I can have content coming right away. So to me, it just made the most sense. So hopefully no one's mad at me, guys. It's not because I'm trying to bail on the GBA. I just felt like the St. Louis Rampardos are gonna kind of switch things over, just focus on the UCL, and I'm actually announcing a brand new organization for the NPA, which is called the New York Metapods, and I'm really excited about that. One, I'm a Mets fan. That's my favorite sports team. I've been a Mets fan my whole life. Two, I am the bug catcher, the bug maniac of YouTube, so I felt like the Metapods was a cooler mascot for me on this new league, and I just felt it was a new league, new people, new experiences, wanted to come out with something different. So don't worry, I still have my Rampardos tie. We're still going to be head smashing our opponents in the UCL moving forward, and hopefully we're going to head smash our way to a championship this season in the GBA, as we do have kind of a brand new life here, trying to take on the Borussia Donphan and Coach Scizor for the third time this season, and that is going to be our matchup this week. So if you guys are hyped for tomorrow's match against the Borussia Donphan, definitely show your love on that like button down below right here, guys. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to run through my team, tell you kind of guys my preparation for this matchup here, and hopefully we'll be able to come out with a W and move to the next round of the playoffs. I believe we'll basically have to win the next 3 matches here to win the championship. I would love to make it to 3 championships in a row, and I would love even more so to win the championship this time. So we're going to do our best, and win or lose against Lars tomorrow. It was a wonderful season, guys, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Again, Lars is an amazing team. I played him the first time. We won 3-0. Second time we played, I believe I lost 3-0. A ton of disconnects. Lando swept me. It is what it is. We never even played out the rest of the match because it was over. But this match, I'm hoping to kind of bounce back, pick up the W, and move forward in the league here. So he does have a very good team, but we'll do our best to come out on top. So I'm not going to go too in depth here, just because one, we've already faced this team twice, and two, it's the team's what it is, right? So kind of running through his team: Landorus Incarnate, Azumarill, Crobat, Cobalion, Tangrowth, Delphox, Slowking, Scolipede, Druddigon, Luxray, Mega Absol. In the past couple matches against us, he's brought his Druddigon to be defensive to kind of counter Victini because of the Rough Skin Rocky Helmet. He brought the Azumarill the first time, didn't bring it the second time. I expect him to bring it this time. Crobat has been there both times as a taunt. Roost, Brave Bird, U-turning kind of Crobat. He's also got Delphox. He brought Scarf last time, something to keep in mind. And then both times he actually brought Rock Polish, Yachi Berry, Landorus. So I don't think he's going to bring it for the third time. I really don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. So I think he's going to bring Tangrowth. I think he's going to bring pretty similar to what he's done. I mean, when you play someone 3 times with the same team, it's kind of weird. So, I try to mix things up without mixing things up too much. So anyway, let's jump into our team here and kind of see what we're working with. So leading off our team this week is going to be Mega Agron, done a wonderful job this season for us as our mega pick. We're rocking actually a kind of an offensive Agron this time. It's still impish, still a lot of HP investment. Got a tiny bit of speed there to hopefully outspeed that speed creep that Drudagon. A lot of special defense investment, but we also have 140 attack EVs here. Heavy Slam, Avalanche, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, so a little bit more offensive approach with the Agron. And you'll see my team this week is just a little bit more offensive in general. I felt that I've been kind of playing a little too passive against Lars the last few times. And even though we came out with a W the first time, I felt like I want to be a little bit more offensive. I want to be a little bit more aggressive. I found that there was too many instances where I had my Pokemon out on the field and I was forced to switch because my Pokemon couldn't do any damage to him. I don't want that to happen anymore. I want to be able to be dishing out damage with pretty much every Pokemon, or at least has some sort of utility, and make sure my matchups are a little bit more favorable so I can eventually bring in some of those wall breakers and take down some of his team members. So that was my thought process with the Agron there. A little bit more offensive to beat the Crobat, really. It also can beat the Absol. It can be a lot of things. It's just a matter of getting those right matchups. I think kind of my vision here was, I think my vision here was I'm going to lead with Agron. If he leads with his Crobat, I just click Heavy Slam and try to knock the thing out in 2 hits while he taunts predicting my Stealth Rocks. If he doesn't lead with Absol or Crobat, I can just get my rocks up, and they're probably there to stay because he's probably not going to bring Defog. So if I can get those rocks up, that could actually be really, really useful for my team. I don't think I've gotten rocks up against him before, so it'd be really nice to get those up. Especially if it brings Delphox, it'll wear down the Drudagon, it'll just wear down everything. It'll kind of neutralize a little bit of the regenerator boost that he gets and things like that. So that's kind of my plan here. Agron is definitely my dedicated lead in a certain way. I feel like I played way too passive with Agron the last few times, so I really want to be a little bit more aggressive. The next Pokemon we're bringing is actually Sylveon. We did bring Sylveon the first time, and it actually did really well. It beat his Azu right off the bat. We're kind of bringing a little bit of a weird one, though. I'm not actually bringing a Choice Specs one this time. I kind of want to bluff this Specs. I'm actually going to run the Pixie Plate this time, which will boost our Fairy type moves. This allows me to go for a Hyper Voice and then go for a Psyshock and knock out Crobat, and that's kind of like my hope. Psyshock will do way more than his Roost and his Black Sludge, so we're able to knock him out there. Hopefully, if I get rocks up, then it's a no-brainer. We're in good shape. We've got the Psyshock, the Hyper Voice, Wish, and Protect. Like I said, we have a lot of HP investment, a little bit of speed investment there to creep up, hopefully to outspeed a potential speed creeping Azu. We've got a lot of full special attack and Modest, so hopefully we can take a few hits first of all, fire off some big Hyper Voices and do some serious damage. Again, I wanted to go a little bit more offensive approach here with our Sylveon this week, just like our Agron, so you'll kind of see that's the theme of the team. Hoping that Pixie Plate works out. Maybe we can bluff the Scarf or even a Specs, so that's kind of the idea. The next Pokemon we're bringing is pretty unique. We're actually bringing a more offensive Blastoise this week. This set was actually made by one of my friends, Liz. She came up with the idea of running a Sassy Nature to boost our special defense, kind of reduce our speed a little bit. We've got Scald, Ice Beam, Aqua Jet, Rapid Spin with the Assault Vest, so we're going to be able to sponge hits a little bit better from that Landorus and just everything in general. I can actually take hits from the Delphox better. I've got that big Scald, which is going to be the key move that we're going to be going for. Ice Beam is obviously there for things like Landorus and Drudagon. It does a little bit too. We've got the Aqua Jet there as well because it does hit the Delphox. It just gives me general priority, perhaps even against the like the Absol and stuff like that. While it's only going to do like 20-30% to most of these Pokemon, that 20 and 30% could be very, very useful. And again, my team is built in a way that it doesn't have priority. That wasn't intentional. That was just a flaw in my draft. So I kind of have to use it to my benefit. And you know, Aqua Jet Blastoise isn't the best thing in the world, but that extra 20 or 30% could actually make the difference against something like a Landorus. I just have to make sure if it's burned, I don't actually click Aqua Jet like I did last time. So anyway, don't mind that. And Rapid Spin, obviously, just for team support to keep those rocks off the field. We've got a lot of HP investment, a lot of special attack investment, actually, and a little bit of split between the two defenses. So hopefully that'll work out for us. The next Pokemon is our captain, picking up 2 wins and carrying us on our back last week, bringing us to the playoffs is our Victini here, which has been a bit, I don't want to say a disappointment, but a bit of a letdown so far this season. It didn't quite go off like I wanted it to. It's been a really good Pokemon, but it hasn't been able to just destroy teams like I had hoped. I think it's how I'm using it more than anything. But this week we're bringing a Rash Nature, which is going to boost our special attack, and we're sacrificing a little bit of our, I believe, special defense. Max special attack on this guy, a lot of speed, a little bit of HP, excuse me. So a lot of special attack, a lot of speed, a lot of bit of HP. We got the blue flare on there. We got the Bolt Strike there, so a little bit of a mixed Victini. Glaciate and Substitute for Absol and just general shenanigans. We've got obviously the Glaciate there for Drudagon and slowing things down. Don't forget it has an Icy Wind-like effect. We got the Bolt Strike there instead of Thunder. I originally had Thunder, went with Bolt Strike because it hits the Slowking harder. I don't think he's going to bring Slowking, but if he does and it's Assault Vest, I want to be able to hit it as hard as possible, so I felt that the Bolt Strike was the best play. Obviously, Blue Flare hits everything, and one of the cool things about Blue Flare is a 20% chance for burn, so it's just a little bit under that Scald burn, so hopefully we'll be able to get maybe a Blue Flare burn. That could be really useful. The next Pokemon we're bringing is our Salamence. Pretty much the same Salamence I brought the first time when I played, or the second time I played Lars. I felt like it was the right set. He didn't bring his Azu last time, and Salamence was like the Mon that could have just destroyed his team if I played it properly, and I didn't get a chance to just click Draco like I wanted to. But hopefully this time it'll do that, and I'm actually prepared for Azu as well now. I dropped Roost on it, same set otherwise. Draco, Fire Blast, Earthquake, and Thunder Fang, which actually 2-hit KOs an Azu. Potential flinch or Parachance on that as well. 95% accurate, so we should be able to hit it. I really think Thunder Fang is a cool move. He could switch in on Draco. I fire off a Thunder Fang. He thinks I'm going to switch, maybe goes for a Water type move. I don't know. It could be some little bit of mind games, because if you play roughs and like I go into aggron, then he loses a little bit of momentum there. So we'll see what happens, but I think the Salamence could actually put in work again, and then hopefully it'll be able to Draco Meteor some things. It killed the Crobat on the first turn last time, so definitely pretty nice. I'm not going to lead with it this time, though. I kind of want to save it in the back to have him think it might be Scarfed, and I'll kind of bring it in mid-game, I'm thinking. We've got our Uxie as our last Pokemon here, Cerebro, carrying that Culver Berry again. Very similar set, knockoff Ice Punch, U-Turn, and Toxic this time. I felt like running Toxic. I didn't run Toxic on any of the other mons. I do like Toxic, though. It helps me out against things like Tangrowth and Druddigon. A little bit more offensive, though. We got the max special defense, careful nature, max HP, max speed F with, like I said, knockoff U-turn for momentum, knockoff just to get rid of items, which I think could be useful, and Ice Punch is there for the Landorus and just the Druddigon as well. It doesn't do much, but it does something. So that is the team. No Scarfers on my team. I felt like the way his team is set up, the things that he would potentially Scarf are going to be faster than what I would potentially Scarf anyway, so I wasn't going to bother with a Scarfer. I just got 2 big wall breakers, a couple other offensive Pokemon, which can hopefully do some work, and hopefully we'll be able to navigate around Lars' team and pick up a W. That's the plan. But again, regardless of what the match outcome is, I'm very, very proud of how we performed this season. Very glad we made it to the playoffs, but I would love to go out of the GBA as the Rampardos with a big bang. So let's do it, guys. I hope you guys are hyped. That's going to be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I'm the coach of your St. Louis Rampardos, and I'm going to get the heck out of here. Peace.